Doing pretty well.
We will live the chaos. You know, this dragon will be our friend. We will ride it into the sunset with Meepo as our trusted ally and say,
Trust
through the
it.
rest of this Sunless Citadel campaign.
Trusted, that's a...
Meepo! And Zin, sorry, you're...
Fuck Zin.
Take a hike.
Fucking
Take a hike, bro.
Zin.
Sorry,
Got
Zin.
Meepo.
We're gonna use
Better
Zen to
sidekick.
feed the dragon to get the dragon on our side.
Right? Buy Zin. We got Meepo instead. He's a better
Feed
sidekick. He
Zin
stabs stuff.
to the dragon. I like it.
Oh, was that one of your plans already? Sorry, X.
Yeah, alright.
Gee.
What have you done for us, Zin? Meepo is out here stabbing gobbles.
I know, right?
Put
Meepo's
his
doing
life on the
fucking
line.
work.
On the
Meepo's down
other
for the
hand,
cause.
Meepo's
looks
doing
at
all
that
the legwork.
situation and- Oh no.
So,
Over here eating rats and shit.
now that we're all good and warmed up, who wants to give the recap? I think we should hear Phoebe's side of what happened last episode.
Oh gosh, so you want to hear what Phoebe said?
Oh, Phoebe.
How did she interpret things?
So, starting off with meeting Meepo all the way until where we ended.
So we ran into this really sweet kobold while he was sleeping, and his name is Meepo. And then Meepo introduced us to his leader, whose name I forget, but she was really pretty. And she pretty much told us that if we get the dragon back, then we could have the key to the Twilight Grove, which was super cool and pretty straightforward. So Phoebe was just like, dope, let's do it. Let's go get Calcryx key. So then we headed on out. There was some intimidation. There was some tail stepping. There was some red water flowing from a fountain after Kane, spoke some draconic words. And then Tevin breathed fire. And then we ran into some goblins. Phoebe tried to play negotiator with the assistance of Kane, who, bless his heart, did a fabulous job of barricading the door against 3 goblins who immediately killed themselves.
Exactly. That wasn't Kane. That wasn't Kane. They killed themselves. Thank
They
you.
killed themselves.
They played
Phoebe.
tug of war a little too good.
They did. They won too well. Anyways,
The door won,
and then
yes.
we ran into some more goblins, and then Temin used them to mop up the place because there were caltrops everywhere.
Yeah,
and
too
then,
dangerous.
Because of Kane's hubris, yeah.
Because he was confident. He was like, "I got this door."
He wasn't
Whoosh.
going to disarm a trap, so just let Kane do his thing.
Yeah. And then we got to this other room where there were 2 goblins, and then Temin, correct me if I'm wrong with my memory here, guys. Temin was able to restrain one before cooking his feetsies on a fire. And then but that was only because Meepo
Oven baked goodness on that one.
came out of nowhere in the middle of Phoebe trying to negotiate and ran him through with a sword.
Oh yeah.
Because no one was watching him, and then Kane intimidated the other one into, cooperating with Phoebe, which gave her a little bit of faith back. And then, bam!
No one
they
was
found
watching
the
Meepo.
dragon, which was a baby white wyrmling. There are things in the oven. I heard that beat. My instincts went off.
Goblins in the oven, yes.
So
Yep.
that's where we ended up. We found a sleeping white wyrmling that is Calcryx. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm actually scared, to be quite honest.
Calcryx is a precious bean. All right. I like it. Does anyone have anything to add to that wonderful summation?
Kane just wants to get paid, man.
Kane's just
not
looking
getting
for the
paid
dough.
Kane
He's
is
gotta
like,
get
this is
paid.
too much work. Too much work for me.
All right,
Traveling.
my question for you this week is, what is your... What's your character's least favorite, environment?
Ooh.
Like desert, forest, ocean,
Literally
dungeons.
all of Toro
All of
Anything
Toro.
that's not
Perfect.
home. for
doesn't
Cole.
belong here.
Perfect.
Probably cities. He's used to being in a smaller kind of community. So the hustle and bustle of a city, even though he is learning how to survive within it, it can still be kind of overwhelming having so much going on at once.
Mm-hmm. I think that's.
And then there's other reasons that add into why that's a problem, but we'll find out about that later.
All right, Kane.
I don't really know. For Kane, you know, if we're gonna go off of like his race, like the Dragonborn, and his blood and like staying warm, and probably someplace cold. He probably wouldn't like snow very much, but deserts and deserts and volcanoes and forests don't really bother him. He kind of thrives in cities because he's grown up in a city. But small towns, small towns, because people tend to be afraid of him, and cold mountaintops he's not fond of.
That's fair. Temin.
I would probably say for Temin, it would be any area that is like super saturated with water. Like, so if he was like trying to be on the ocean or any type of swampy, bogged area or marsh where it's heavily saturated with water up to like your waist and stuff, like Amazon or jungles, he's heavy because of all the armor he's wearing, so he sinks like a fucking rock. So he doesn't like being near all those areas of water.
And he's Warforged, so he already weighs like a brick.
He weighs probably like 500 pounds. Easy.
Yep. And Phoebe.
So Phoebe is very about community. She loves large numbers of people, whether it be in a small village or a big city. She's really willing to go every and anywhere, but she really doesn't like the environment that she is in now, which is dark and filled with death. And yeah, it's not very positive. It's not very energy filled.
Yeah. So Phoebe's not a dungeoneer? No. No. And it seems whatever's in the oven is now burnt. Wow.
Sorry, I used too much fire breath there.
Yeah. That is good coffee. So, now, back to where we were. Deep within the Sunless Citadel, through all the rooms you've been through, all the goblins you've slain thus far, you are now in what seems to be a makeshift trophy room. And Temin, as you have approached a kobold head on the wall, you notice something slumbering behind one of the cabinets, and look down to see the white wyrmling, Calcryx, snoring away.
Everyone, it seems the white dragon, Calcryx, is here.
Calcryx!
Yes, I just motion and point towards the sleeping dragon.
Meepo's gonna run up and then quickly, like, slow down and kind of peek around the cabinet to see her. Good. Shh.
I'm gonna try and tiptoe over, being quiet, but I didn't do this.
Chink.
Right. So please tell me that you have a plan on how you're gonna bring Calcryx back, right? Like.
Yes. I just use my leash.
That you left back there.
So, we're stuck here with a dragon that you have no way of bringing back.
Well, Meepo, what's your leash made out of?
Steel.
Oh, I can't help.
Maybe.
He peeks around the cabinet and looks at her.
Oh, The goblins use something.
And he kind of starts to look about the room.
She has broken chain on neck.
Before Meepo does anything, I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder and be like, well, whatever you decide to do, be careful. And I'm gonna guide him.
Nice.
Whatever he does.
I love it. He starts kind of rooting around in the debris of the room. It is quite trashed. Tables, chairs, everything broken, flipped over. Until he comes upon the wall next to the doorway that you had entered through. And there's a iron chain there, and you see the link on the end has been bent and broken off.
Ah! This what they use.
So is it broken or will that work?
There's still about, 5 feet of it left. So, Meepo kind of ponders for a moment.
We could still use.
Phoebe, by chance, do you have the mending spell?
I might have prepared that today. We're gonna have to find out. That's what I was doing.
Oh, would you look at that?
Bullet, can you get out of my brain, please? Thanks.
Do you have that plot device in your character sheet?
Fuck out of here.
It's like when fucking He-Man repaired Battle Cat's chain by just sticking it back together.
I do have that prepared.
What?
Can I go over and mend some chains?
Yes, but Meepo advises you that you have to take this chain off the wall and, connect it back to what's around her neck.
Oh, well, I can. And she's just gonna look at some of the bigger people in the room.
All right.
Big Blue!
I'm strong enough for this. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go get half of the broken chain that I can get. It's like you said, half of it's anchored to the wall and the other half is broken around her neck. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So how is it anchored to the wall? Can we get it undone?
So, on the wall, there is a semicircle iron clasp that is bolted to the stone on the wall.
Okay. As I'm going over there, I'm gonna kind of double hit it and be like, do you guys plan on breaking this thing, or are we gonna walk it like it's on a leash? Is that your plan, Meepo?
Yeah, leash. It work for now. But we have to be quiet. Calcryx very cranky when she wake. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one.
And he just starts pointing at various scars on his body.
So is Calcryx attached to the wall by this chain, or is...
So it appears that she was initially, and
Okay.
at some point in time, she broke herself free and rampaged around the room.
Okay. So, sorry, trying to get a better image. So if I were to mend the chain,
She'd be back on the wall.
she'd be back on the wall.
Well, sorry. So let me pull up the map.
Okay.
So you are in this alcove room with the red circle. The red circle is you, by the way. And Calcryx is on the north end of the room, and the door is at the south. So half the chain is connected to the wall by the door, and the other half is around her neck, and she's at the north end of the room, asleep.
So you're proposing that we take off this chain from the wall and connect it to what's on her leash to extend it?
Yes. Yes.
Should we wake her up when she's attached to the wall in case she is cranky and she can't hurt you, Meepo?
I use this. And he pulls out this tarnished silver flute.
I didn't realize you were a bard, Meepo. That's pretty cool.
This keeps her happy.
Oh my gosh, Ko, so if anything happens to Meepo, you could make her happy.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on whether or not the flute itself is what is pleasant to her ears, or if it's a particular melody.
Meepo don't know how to play music.
Okay, so that explains it. Meepo, perhaps I'll hold on to the flute, if that's okay.
This Meepos.
Hey, all right.
Calcryx, Meepo, responsibility.
You're right about that. So I'm gonna stand over here and I'm gonna like back away a little bit with my floating torch and kind of just like watch from afar.
Yep. There are a few sconces still alit in the room, so it is easy to see in here. You see Meepo walk over to one of the cabinets that is still standing, and he climbs up to the top of it and sits there with the flute ready.
Okay. Ready when you are.
You guys should probably also back up, just to be sure. Come this way. And I'm gonna try to like start escorting Phoebe like further away from this, especially since Meepo fucking just like got some distance as well.
So are we not mending this chain to Calcryx?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think Meepo's gonna try to wake her up first.
Up to you. You tell me.
Well, if she wakes up and rampages and we don't have a chain on her, it might be a bit harder to put the chain once she's awake.
That is a fair point.
I agree. I think we should mend the chain so that when she wakes up upset, she stays in one place. We're all out of reach. However, we should also start thinking about how we'll break the chain from the wall so once she calms down, we can get on our way. Because I'm tired of standing in here.
I agree. My thoughts are that you, Kane, can grab the chain, and I will use my fire breath to heat up the end of it before we weaken it and snap it off.
You know what? I'm there for it. And I'm going to just kind of like walk out of reach and be like, have at that fire breath stuff.
Okay. So, Kane, you pull on what's left of the chain, pulling it taut against the wall. And then Temin, you use your fire breath on the end of it?
I do, and then I'll probably pull out my sword and start hammering and chipping at it while it's starting to soften up, just to see if it comes off as Kane's pulling.
Yep. So you hit it with the fire, and it glows with this hot orange heat. It begins to fade rather quickly, though, but you start tinking. You start chipping away at it with your blade. Roll me a dexterity check. And Kane, roll me a strength check.
13 for dexterity check.
Okay.
15.
All right. So you sufficiently pull with enough force, Kane, and Temin, you don't manage to hit it too loudly. So Calcryx stays slumbering. And then the chain gives way and leaves a solid thud on the ground.
All right, so now I'm gonna look up at Ko, and I'm gonna be like, so I think I have to go mend it now.
Yeah, that is the plan. So, have at it.
Okay, and then she's gonna walk on over, and she's gonna take the two pieces of chain. Are they heavy?
To Phoebe, yeah, they're pretty hefty.
All right, so she's like gonna put Booker on her shoulders and make sure he's holding on, and she's gonna pick up one with both of her hands and drag it over the other, and she's gonna make sure they're touching each other before she mends them.
Perfect. All right, roll me a stealth check.
Shit. Oh, God. That's under skills. Thank you, D&D Beyond. Oh, baby! 21!
Nice!
She's serious about this.
Nat 20 though.
I'll let you know, I rolled a 1.
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, oh no.
So you
That's,
managed to bring the heavy chain over and mend it. No problem. Calcryx continues to slumber. For a moment, she does kind of resituate herself, and you freeze. You feel this kind of cold chill up your spine, but then she settles back into sleep. And the chain is now complete once more.
All right.
I'm gonna run back to Co.
Did a
Okay.
great job with that.
Thanks, Co.
Now we have to wake her up.
how do we do that again? Like, we just start yelling at a dragon?
Calcryx! Calcryx!
You hear this, and you hear the sound of the dragon's heavy paw pushing on the ground as she starts to stand up and shake her head. She looks about the room, looking for the source of Meepo's shrill voice.
Okay, don't move.
He points at all of you, and then he pulls out his little flute. To Yuko, this is the most ear-grating sound. No rhythm, no
Oh,
tune.
God.
Half notes are being played. It's all over the place. And things appear to be getting worse before they get better. Calcryx starts a fuss. And it begins with a sturdy back kick to the cabinet she was sleeping behind, breaking it in half.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
She then snorts, and you see this frosty air come out of her nostrils. Her striking blue eyes then rest upon all of you on the other side of the room, and she starts to slowly lumber forward. Calcryx looks down at what's happening Meepo looks down between Calcryx and the rest of you, and he starts to play a little more vigorously.
I don't think you're doing this correctly. Are you sure this works?
You try.
And he throws it to you. Make me a dexterity check to catch it.
Can I avoid the dexterity check if I drop the torch with my telekinesis and use my telekinesis to pick up the flute as
Yes.
it's coming through the air? I shall do so.
All right.
And then as I bring it towards me, can I just pull out a cloth and kind of wipe that off?
Yep. As
There's no time
he's
for
been
this.
eating
No.
apples, he's been eating rats.
Meepo saliva.
He's been eating all
It's so
sorts of
true.
shit down there.
Hey, they say that kobold saliva is slightly acidic, so that could be best.
Yeah.
As you're wiping it off, Calcryx is about 5 feet from all of you, and she slaps her tail onto the ground.
I am going to lean forward and then go onto all fours and imitate Calcryx and just with my fire breath a little bit and just look to Kane like, is this how dragons do it?
I'm gonna sit back and cross my arms and be like, no, yeah, I think it's a little bit how dragons actually do. No, I'm not a dragon. I'm a dragonborn. I'm different. And then I'm gonna just let him do his thing.
I am trying to communicate with it Perhaps by speaking on its level, it will understand.
You know what? I'm gonna have you roll something for this.
Dear Lord, I love him.
I do love Temin though.
Yeah, give me an animal handling.
Oh god.
Wait, seeing Tevin do that, can I just run over and be like, you got this, you got this, you got this, and guide him?
Just pump him up.
Yep. Add an extra D4 to that.
Oh god.
If Ko's close enough to me, I'm gonna lean in and be like, if anything, I would find that offensive.
I figured as much, but yeah.
Oh, thank God for that guidance.
Let's hope he doesn't anger it further, and I'll work on whatever this flute's supposed to do.
That's a 16.
Okay. Surprisingly, Calcryx stops her approach for a moment and tilts her head at you and puffs out a little ball of ice crystals in response to your fire.
Oh, I think she's calming down. I think it works, Phoebe.
I'm gonna
Ko?
use this moment of like seeing their interaction while like wiping off the flute to kind of like reach out to Calcryx's mind and kind of just say, "We are friends." And I will grant her the ability to respond if she's capable of it.
One second. I'm just double checking the intelligence of
Of a baby
white dragon
frostworm.
wyrmlings. Yeah. Well, they are the stupidest of dragons.
So fucking good.
Oh, poor baby.
No, it probably startles her for a moment.
Alright.
If anything.
Does she have any reaction?
Nope.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep working on this flute and
Okay.
getting ready to play it.
Are you playing it or getting ready to play it?
Getting ready.
All right.
Oh god.
So, while pausing for a moment at Temin's display, Calcryx then digs her claws into the stone ground and lunges forward.
Oof.
What is... Nope, Temin's right in front. Temin, you're about to get attacked.
I'll take it.
Like a
Actually, I
champ.
was gonna say, could I know we're not in like an order, but like, can I use a reaction to basically like once I see her charge, Kane charges, to kind of meet her in a tackle?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna hug her too.
Because how big is she in comparison to Kane?
You are like the same size, not including her wings. Her muscles are a little bigger.
Flex.
I know Kane is quite impressive, but
Well, yeah, she's gonna be bigger than me. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's keep going. Sorry, I'm just reading one of my feeds.
Mr. DM, as a reaction, can I cast Bounding Overwatch?
sure. Bounding Overwatch. Is that a spell? Yes, it is.
That's a homebrew
It's a
thing.
level 1.
Surge of Arcana.
Well, that didn't do much anyway. Let's see.
I was like, I saw that one pop. I was like, oh, gross.
That means bad, right?
What just happened?
Wait, you saw my one?
Yeah, we
Yes,
can see
I
each
can
other's
all
rolls.
see your rolls.
Oh, that's good. Okay. That's good. Okay,
Okay.
y'all been making me show it to the camera this whole time.
So
I'm so excited.
you get a +1 to your AC. All right, Kane.
I think
Me?
it's
Okay.
also, I think it's to 3 people of my choosing.
So the 3 of your companions get +1.
Yes.
All right, you 3 get +1 to your AC. Kane, she's making an attack. You're making a
Grapple.
grapple. So we're gonna do a contested roll. Give me a strength check.
Yes. 19, 22. 22.
All right, we're gonna switch over. 22?
Yes.
No shit.
Did you get a 22 too?
I got a 21, and I did not think you were gonna beat it. So, Calcryx
I
digs
got a
her
19,
claws
so it
in
was close.
and lunges forward. You got a +3. This fucking dragon's got a +2 on strength, and Kane's over here with a +3, okay? So, Calcryx lunges forward, eyeing Temin. And all of a sudden, from her right side, Kane just lunges forward, shoulder ready, and gets her right in the side of the neck and knocks her off balance as she's midway through the air. She tumbles onto her side, trying to use her wings to push herself back up. But Kane, you are on top of her, and you currently have control of the situation while the dragon is attempting to kick its legs to push you off.
Okay. I'm gonna just yell to the party really fast, be like, "Yeah, I know I'm really strong and all, but like I can only do this for so long."
Dog pile.
So
I'm
you
just gonna jump right on top.
All right, perfect. Roll me a strength check. Kane, you are going to be holding that position for a moment. Give me a strength check with advantage.
I'm gonna add into that. In response to Kane, I'm gonna be like, "No worries, buddy. Keep it up." And that I'm gonna give him a bardic inspiration.
All right, perfect. So with the bardic inspiration, you get to add a...
As if you want to use it now, but you have it for 10 minutes to add 1d6.
1d6
roll.
to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
I'm gonna add it now because she's very close to my stats. So I got a 15 plus 5, so I got a 20.
Okay.
With advantage? Oh, yeah.
With advantage, I did get that with advantage.
20 with advantage. Timon, what'd you get on your strength?
Oh, I'm doing that too? Okay. 16.
16, okay. Okay. So, Kane, you're currently grappling her, and her front legs are trying to push, but you manage to maneuver your arms to get around them and kind of hold them down. However, her back legs are still kicking. And Temin, you land on her, and you're trying to help Kane out, but one of her claws hooks onto your armor, and as she kicks her leg, she kind of flips you off of her, and you land on the ground next to her feet. She beat you by 3. Oh, now you're gonna start playing.
Yeah. Now that the boys have they look like the situation's getting a little out of control,
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So, Ko, you start playing the flute, and it is abysmal. You can barely get a good note out of this thing. It is soiled. It is tarnished. However, give me a performance roll. Let's see how well you eke this out.
While he does that, I'm gonna start singing to whatever god-awful melody this is, trying to grab onto the neck of Calcryx, going, "Rock-a-bye dragon on the treetop."
I got a 19.
I love it. Perfect. So, with your combined efforts, Calcryx begins to slowly stop fighting against you, and then she just goes limp and until you, well, she goes limp in your arms.
You alright over there, Kane?
I mean, I think I'm fine, but is she dead?
Good job! Good job! You almost all but forgot about Meepo on top of the cabinet. He then climbs down and grabs onto the chain with his small hands, holding it up.
We got Calcryx! Now we get Key!
But who's got you?
Yes.
You think you can hold back Calcryx by yourself? I just look over to Meepo.
Oh, she good girl now?
And he pets her on the head, and she goes...
I'm gonna stash this flute in my belongings. Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling really bad tonight.
The night is young.
So, now we get the key.
Yes!
Lead the way. Actually, how exactly are we supposed to bring this dragon back? Like, where are we gonna go? The same way that we went? Because you know that floor. Oh wait, Timmy, you took care of that. Thank you.
I was gonna
I forgot
say,
that
you
he
guys
mopped it up.
already
Yeah.
cleared the way.
Yeah.
Yes, the cleaning rag.
Yep, the medieval Swiffer.
But will she fit through the doorways?
I mean, she got in here somehow. Oh.
Yes,
How'd they
she
bring her?
tuck wings. She good. She good.
All right, cool.
He then says, "Come, Calcryx," in Draconic, and she gets up onto her feet and acts obediently. And Meepo holds the chain in both his arms, like kind of cradling it, and he starts walking, chest puffed out.
Do dragons eat roasted rats?
She love rat.
Maybe we can lure her back with food.
Okay.
So, do you have any goal while you are heading back to the corridor with Eustrail?
Nope. We gotta go get that key.
Okay. So, dragon in hand, coaxing her through the various doors and hallways with slightly burnt rats. Calcryx follows you all the way to Eustrail and the other kobolds.
Oh, you Strail. Meepo back with Calcryx.
You turn the corner to the same hallway that had all of the pillars in it, and Eustrail is sitting at the end. She then stands up at the side of the dragon and walks halfway to meet all of you.
Good, Meepo. Good, good. Now we don't eat you.
They're gonna eat me. Oh, they're cannibals.
I look at Ko. I did not realize kobolds eat each other.
Neither did I.
I'm gonna
They're a
lean in and
very
be like,
strange bunch.
I told you they're gross like goblins, but as long as they're not hurting me, I don't give a shit.
We clear out armory. You go put her there.
And Meepo nods and leads Calcryx into a room.
Yeah, but about that key.
Eustrail starts to walk away from you back towards her makeshift throne.
Yes, yes. I give you key.
She then speaks a word in Draconic, and the stone dragon head's mouth opens, much like the talking one in the other portion of the Citadel had. And the key rolls out into her hands. And she turns around and walks towards you and holds out the key.
Snatching it up.
As you go to reach for it, she pulls her hands back.
This key gets you to Goblin Home. Through there, you find Twilight Grove.
Of course, more goblins, yes.
We want kill goblins.
Yeah, we said we'd get your dragon and we'll make our way to the grove. Yeah.
You use key. We follow.
She then holds the key back out, looking at you expectantly.
I'm gonna take it.
She lets you take it this time.
And while I'm taking it, mentally, to the rest of my party, not Zin, he's not one of us, but to these, I'm kind of like, she never mentioned wanting to go behind us to this grove to exterminate the goblins.
Well, as long as they
Like
stay
it.
out of our way and they follow, I mean, it's their little temple. They're all over the place, anyways, right?
I kind of look at King like, I guess so. And I'll respond verbally. I guess this is what we're doing. Yeah, and I'm gonna stash that key away as well.
All right.
Now, where do we begin to reach the goblin's home?
We show you.
She then turns to one of her guards and speaks to him in Draconic, and he does a little salute of form of sorts and heads into a door that you had not gone through previously. He's gone for a couple of minutes. You kind of stand around like, okay, you know. And then the door opens back up, and 15 armored kobolds come through, wielding bows and swords and spears. They are strapped to the nines, ready for a fight.
I'm gonna lean over to Phoebe. Perhaps now that the dragon has been returned, and the bad blood between them can now be, perhaps, cleansed, and we can form peace talks between the goblins and kobolds, Phoebe.
And she's just kind of looking around at all the armored kobolds and all the weapons and kind of playing Eustrail's words in her head. I don't really think that they're dressed and that they have the intention of talking. As much as I would like them to, I don't really know, because, you know, earlier it was like 1 or 2, 3 goblins and they didn't really want to listen. So what could I do with like 20 of these guys and then 20 more goblins that don't want to listen?
We smashed them all.
Oh, well well, on a separate note, I'm really proud of you for using your words with Calcryx. That was really nice of you.
I'm gonna take a knee and looking her like eye to eye as best as I can, put my hand on her shoulder. Understand, Phoebe, that I was once a paladin of conquest, and I chose to be one because I wanted to seek peace through conquest.
I'll think about that. Thanks, Tammin.
I'm here for you.
All right. So one of the beefier kobolds, a bit bigger than the others, most certainly bigger than Meepo. Seeing all these kobolds together, you actually get a sense for how meager Meepo is, and you think about how crude his position is, being the dragon tamer of the clan. This bigger kobold walks up to you, and he does the same salute with his weapon.
We go kill goblin.
You are killing the goblins. We have to get to a tree.
You do at will, but use key.
Fair enough. Lead the way.
He then shouts some commands in Draconic, and all 15 kobolds begin to march in unison with each other back through the path that you had taken. You come back to where you were before with the target practice area, where there was the door to the north that you had gone through to that hallway, assaulted the goblins in the north room, and then you went to the west and found Calcryx. Here, the kobolds stop, and they open the door to the west that you hadn't opened, and reveal a giant pantry. They all kind of pause and look amongst each other.
Oh, this good. This good.
They'll kind of go in for a moment, grab a few things, and stuff them in their mouths before going up to the next door and leaning against it and slowly creaking it open, one of them peeking an eye through the crack and then opening it the rest of the way. And you see all the kobolds head in rather efficiently into this hallway, covering the next 5 doors.
I'm gonna lean over to Ko. And I'm gonna be like, see, it's not so bad. If there's goblins on the other end, they'll take care of them. And we can just go on our way, right?
You know, this might actually turn out to be one of the easiest jobs we've ever been on together.
Ko, you shut your mouth. Whenever you've said that, it always got worse.
You're not wrong.
Speaking of...
Oh, no.
You're not wrong. It always starts out this way.
So, the hall you're in now is almost identical to the one that Eustriel has her throne in. The same kind of columns with the intertwining dragons leading up to the ceiling. This one shows a bit more wear, and the ground is filthy here, covered in bones and just refuse. Obvious, just goblin... You can tell that goblins have been here because of how trashed it is. There is a thick haze that is emanating from the bottom of the door on the other end, on the western side, and you smell smoke. And you can tell that whatever's through that door, there's a lot of fire. There are also the 3 doors to the north. The one on the easternmost side. Yeah, I'll say you know that it leads back to that trophy room where you had gotten Calcryx. And then 1 door to the south. The kobolds station up at the doorways and look back to you.
North. You go north. Use key. We go in.
All right, north it is. Let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, 4 of the 15 kobolds accompany you into this northern corridor. It actually shows much less signs of use from goblins. The heavy haze isn't as dense here, and there's not as much refuse on the ground. As you walk into this corridor, the kobolds break down the western door and begin to charge in. You hear the sound of goblins screaming, voices varying in age and gender. You also hear the kobolds shouting to one another, and the sound of battle begins.
So we haven't actually used the key yet, correct?
Correct.
Is that like some sort of sign? Should we be proceeding now? I'll say to one of the kobolds with us.
This hall lead to key room. We not been.
Wait, you haven't been here at all? Kane.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it seems like we need you for something.
All right, just,
Ko, you do that funny thing with your magical hand. Perhaps you should use your hand to unlock the door with it, in case it is trapped this time.
That's a good point, actually. You know what, Kane? You can rest for now.
okay.
I just looked
Yeah.
at Kane and just gave him a slap on the back, like,
Okay. I'll just be like, I don't know what you needed me for, whatever.
It's so much easier to just have Kane do it.
I'm not resting,
But
so
it's
like,
very
what
valid.
do you mean?
So, if you
Yeah.
look, if you look at the map, ahead of you are 2 doors. You have one to the south and one to the west.
How long is this corridor?
The portion of it that you are in is 40, 45 feet.
All right. I'm going to use my telekinesis to move the key down to the first door.
Okay.
And when it gets there, I'm going to like, is this the door that we seek or the next one? Just to verify with the kobolds, which one.
They all look at each other and then look back at you.
We kill goblin.
I'm going to put the key inside the first door and see if it opens up.
So you put the key into this lock and it doesn't seem to twist at all.
Well, then I guess it's definitely not that one. So let's go on a little further. And I say that, but like I'm totally waiting for not me to go first. And I'm gonna like start extracting the key out with the telekinesis and pushing it down the hallway further down.
All right. The kobolds hop forward, and 2 of them station on the south door, and 2 on the west door. You use your telekinesis on the next one, and this time, it does turn with a heavy click, and the door unlocks. The 2 kobolds stationed on that door tighten their grip on their weapons.
All right. Now, Kane, you can get ready for, your job.
All right. I'm gonna like reach for like my battle axe, like I guess.
All right. You can still hear the sounds of battle going on in to the south of you now. And then who is breaching the door?
You're implying that I opened the door because Kane's a lughead and he just thought you
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
I'm
fight.
totally implying that Kane go through first.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
Yeah.
How do you open the door?
You're the leader.
Oh, I'm not opening it casually. I mean, I'm opening it just like opening it. I'm not opening it carefully.
Okay. So, Kane, you walk up and you grab the door handle and you push it open. And there, on the other side, you find a circular room, several sconces alit. There are 2 goblins stationed at the south door that leads to this area with the battle going on. They are guarding the door. And sitting on a makeshift throne of his own is a hobgoblin. When you come through the door, he looks at all of you surprised and then stands up.
What you do here?
We're looking for a tree.
No, you find your death.
Roll initiative.
Is that the name of a tree?
May as well be up front.
Death tree.
Fuck it. Yeah, not so hot with the initiative. That's a 6.
I got 15.
Nice.
There's a reason why we have friends who are super jacked. I got
14.
Okay. So
Ooh,
we
we
got
some battle music. Okay.
yeah, getting that new stuff going this week. So who got 18? Co?
Yes.
Anybody beat 18?
No.
Okay. Did anybody beat 15?
I got 15.
10?
14.
Yeah, this thing's a bop, huh?
Yeah.
This is how we dying, guys.
This is it. This is
This is
it.
the music I die to.
Play this at my funeral.
Failed your third death save. You're just like,
And then like those guys carrying the coffins just come marching out.
Oh god.
Yes, I love those guys.
Except it's kobolds. Kobolds holding the fucking casket.
Oh my god.
Rob, where is it?
We'll edit that. We'll edit that somewhere. All right. So, starting off, we have Ko. What is the marching order into this room? Kane, you are in the doorway, so you're the first in the room.
Just holding the door, like leaning in.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's up, guys?
Hello.
I'll be right behind Kane.
All right.
And I imagine I was behind Temin.
Okay. So Ko's leading the rear with the two kobolds,
Yeah.
and you're up first.
Let's see. From my position, I can see past Temin and Kane, or no?
You can see into the room. You can't see the goblins or the hobgoblin yet. You can hear them.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say, did he hear him?
So, I think my turn will be spent retrieving that key from the door with my telekinesis and stashing that again, because you know it's pretty valuable.
All right, gotta keep that sacred key.
Yeah, stupid queen. Making me do work.
She's a priestess.
Priestess making me do work. I think, yeah, that would be it. That would be
Okay.
it for me.
All right, Kane, chopping some heads.
My god. Yeah, so how many goblins are in here?
There are 2 heavily armored goblins in the south end of the room, and then
Okay.
the hobgoblin in the north end.
And we came in that door.
Mhm.
To the north end. What's
In
that
the-
big thing in the middle?
Yes, in the center of the room, there is a giant hole about 10 feet in diameter.
Okay.
It has a thick stone wall around it that's about 2 feet high, almost like a well in the ground. If you were to peer down into it, you see thick, heavy gray vines and a violet hue illuminating from below.
Okay. What's the closest goblin?
He would be to your south, and everything in this room is traversable distance, so you're not up to them, but you can reach them in your turn.
Okay, bear with me. So instead of going in and swinging my great axe, even though I totally had my great axe in hand, can I charge one of the goblins and then right when I get to him, I drop my great axe, grab him, and try and like tip him into the well?
I fucking love that. Give me a strength check.
Okay. Okay, that was really low for me. So hold on, let me just.
Doesn't look like he rolled any better.
Well, let's see who rolled worse. I got an 8.
Well, I got a 4 with a
Oh
negative
my
1. So yeah, this goblin, he prepares himself. He sees this giant blue dragonborn charging towards him with a great axe. He gets his
And then
shield ready to
drops.
block, and then the great axe drops, and he is confused for a moment, and then you just reach for him and you pick him up like he's nothing, and he just
And I throw him in the well.
and you throw his ass down into the well, and you hear yeah. Hold up. As he's falling,
Is there? Do it. Do it.
do what?
Do it.
Do what?
Oh, I was waiting for a sound.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
don't worry, it'll come. It'll come.
I gotta double check what the save is. Okay. You hear this.
There it is.
So wherever I threw him, I'm gonna stop And then with my bonus action, I'm just gonna pick up my great axe and dust off my shoulders like it didn't happen.
All right, the other goblin to the south presses himself against the wall and has his sword extended out from behind his shield, his eyes wide. The hobgoblin in the north end of the room is not impressed. He's very angry. Temin.
Would I have enough movement to attack one of the goblins and then retreat to go back to back with Kane?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull out my greatsword. I'm gonna do just that.
Okay. Roll me to attack.
And it's going to be a nat 1, so no.
All right. Okay. Roll me a percentile. That's the D10 with the 10s on it.
Yep, I'll just do it in the thing because it's easier. D&D Beyond. The lag is bad.
Question
There's a
mark.
55.
Okay. So, you succeeded in not hitting Kane, fortunately. However, a bit of rubble on the ground trips up your footing, and you do have to make me a dexterity save to avoid falling in the hole yourself.
Your God.
That is a 7. Bye.
You did not succeed, so
Oh no.
Temin starts charging forward and trips up on some rubble on the ground, and because this wall is so low, it hits his shin, and he tumbles into the well. Make me another dexterity
Was he
save.
close to me? Like he was coming my way, right?
He was coming your way. If you would like to assist...
Yeah, I would like to, because I'm just picking up my great axe and my. But if I hear Temin charging in, I'm gonna turn to look. If I see him trip, I'm gonna try and at least grab at him.
So Temin, make that first dexterity check with advantage. So roll me again.
Okay.
Doing a 2 steps back real quick.
One up this time.
I know you can do it.
Right foot, let's go.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Alright.
So just
that
roll
would've
again.
been,
Nice.
I thought it was a dex save. Hold on. So it's actually a 17.
Okay. So, you trip up, you almost fall into the well, and you catch yourself as Kane assists you by grabbing onto your shoulder and keeps you from falling down into it.
I'm gonna just say to him real quick as I pull him back up and be like, Temin, I think that one's already dead. Let's get the hobgoblin.
Right. Just ready my stance and just stand right next to him.
Nothing happened.
Smooth.
No one saw
Smooth.
that.
All right. Okay. So that would resolve your turn, Temin, unless you have any bonus actions.
Nope. That's
Perfect.
it for me.
So, it is now the hobgoblin's turn. And he posts up his long sword on his throne, and he grabs his long bow and takes aim at both of you. Does a 17 hit you, Kane?
You're muted.
Actually, if we're going off of, does Phoebe's inspire thing still on?
Oh, that lasts for 1 minute. So no.
Okay.
LOL.
Yeah, it hit me.
I'm going to use my reaction, which is why I was standing next to Kane, to use my interception fighting style to reduce the damage by a 1d10 plus 2.
Jesus Christ!
Well, you know what?
Great.
That's awesome because I used my reaction to save you, so we got each other.
We got each other's backs, homie.
Couple of
Bro.
true bros.
What a
Well,
bro-
this is only 1d8 plus 1, so...
I could roll low. All my other rolls have been low.
Alright, so it's going to deal 7 piercing damage What is reduced off of that? Do I roll it or do you roll it?
I rolled it. If you want
Roll.
me,
You
want
go
me
ahead
to
and roll. You're the one deflecting it. Let's see how Temin does.
All right. I got a 8 plus 2, so that's 10.
All right.
Sword.
All right. So
just fucking
he
smack
aims
it.
up, like the fucking Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings, and here comes Temin and just slaps the arrow out of the air, and he's just that hobgoblin is
He gave
fucking
him
pissed.
the Aragorn swipe. He can just do.
Yep. Like a Jedi deflecting beams.
I'm gonna yell over my shoulder to Ko. Ko, I want to keep this one.
This is very good. I'm glad Temin is as useful as most of his kind are. This is good.
Unlike Zin.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Zin is right
Just
now.
fucking trashing him in the middle of a fight with trashing him. Jesus,
That's
Christ.
pretty funny.
Where is the priest?
It's a garbage
That's-
bag with Sharpie on it and Zin.
It started off as Kane trashing him just like here and there, and now Temin's in on it.
Middle of combat. Trash
Yeah,
talk.
just. Damn.
Phoebe, give me a perception check.
Unexpected. Okay. Oh, that's actions. That's not what we want, boo. Perception. Here we go. That's a 14.
You don't see Zin anywhere. In fact, you don't remember the last time you saw Zin.
He got eaten by a kobold.
Well, he's not with me.
Oh shit. Meevo probably fed him to Calcryx on the low.
Oh, shit.
Well, that solves that, but you ain't getting 200 gold each.
Fuck.
Yeah, or he snuck into the other room and went the wrong way with the other group.
He
Oh
went
my
with the
God.
other group.
Oh my god.
He's in the chaos like, ah!
I'm getting jumped by kobolds and goblins. What the hell?
They're all ganging up on him. That's what's going
I come back, he's just getting kicked in the corner. Stop it!
on.
Oh my god.
They're pouring milk on his head. All right.
Lord.
Phoebe, it is your turn.
So I'm guessing I'm on the other side of the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm just gonna kind of like slide in undetected, just kind of back against the wall in a corner and just kind of see what's going on. How big is the room?
25 feet at its maximum.
Cool. So I'm just gonna kind of hold Booker and I'm gonna look at the hobgoblin and I'm gonna be like, please don't hurt my friends. And I'm gonna cast Bane.
Okay. So he looks at you and snarls.
Charisma 14.
Charisma saving throw. Man, that's a big miss. I'm gonna have to switch dice here. This makes.
The power of friendship.
Ah. Alright, so he takes a reduction to his next attack or saving throw. Great. And of course, I rolled a 3 on a d4. Perfect. Phoebe, you're doing wonderful.
Thanks.
He looks at you incredulously, and he goes to grab another arrow. But the kobolds charge in the room after you, Phoebe.
Oh god.
And they see the goblin on the other side of Kane and Temin, and resign him to them, and look at the hobgoblin. Ah! And they rush forward with their swords. The hobgoblin releases an arrow and just right into one of the kobolds' throats. You see it just pierce through the back, and he just and falls over, tripping into the well and vanishing down below. The second one falters for a moment after seeing his ally go down, then steels himself and continues his charge for his attack. Ooh, and gets a 20 on the fucking hobgoblin. I don't want to be killing my own people. What's going on here?
NPCs killing NPCs. You just do the work for us.
Good
We
thing
need-
Gotta
we-
love it.
it's just a d6. Okay. He gets a pretty good hit on the hobgoblin because he currently just has his longbow equipped. Then the goblin's gonna go, and he's going to take this opportunity to charge to Kane and Temin and attack you. Who is closest south? Would you say that's Kane or Temin? No, I think it'd be Kane because Temin's between him and the hobgoblin because he deflected and he almost fell into the well. So that goblin's going to charge and attack you, Kane. Does a... Where are we at? Does a 20 hit. Alright. So he strikes at you with...
That's okay. Let him hit me.
He strikes at you with his scimitar and deals 6 points of slashing damage. And then we come back up to Ko.
All right. I'm going to walk my way into the threshold of the I'm just kind of just like, and at this point, kobolds are fighting the one or going after the hobgoblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Kane and Temin are fighting the other goblin, and Phoebe's kind of just along the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of like stand next to Phoebe with my back to the wall, kind of lean up and just quickly examine what's going on. And let me see. How close would you say is the hobgoblin still on his throne, or did he move up at all?
He's standing at the foot of his throne.
How far away is that from the well?
5 feet.
Good to know.
Wow, who put this giant fucking pitfall in the middle of a boss room?
I am going to use my bonus action to send some unsettling words into the mind of the hobgoblin.
Okay. Would these words be vicious in their intent?
I guess, yeah. It's kind of along the lines of like, wow, you're very pathetic. Hold up here on top of your throne. Why don't you come down and actually fight like a real warrior? And so now on his next saving throw, he has to subtract 1d6.
With Bane.
Yeah, so he has to minus a d4 and a d6. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Inch.
Let's see. Question, DM. If I don't use any regular action, can I use 2 bonus actions? Or use one of them in place of my action?
There is a trading system for
Okay.
actions. I forget what they are. You can just pull it up real quick. No.
Okay. It's good to know. Good to know.
Alright.
And then I will I'll continue that line of of suggestion and cast with my actual action vicious mockery on him.
There it is.
Let's see. Load. I think this broke. Where's my D4? Oh,
Well, he failed his wisdom save.
very nice. Well, I don't know what the fuck happened, but
I saw 1 point of damage.
you saw 1? Okay, cool. It didn't show up for me. So yeah, he takes 1 psychic damage.
Okay.
Nice. Insults for victory.
Welcome on in, Orc's Paint Shop. Oh, sorry. Cut that out.
Yes, welcome. Thank you for the raid. So, Kane, it is your turn. That goblin just slashed at you with his scimitar.
Well, I have my great axe back, so I'm gonna swing that at him.
Perfect.
Equipment. Does an 18 hit your goblin?
Let me check. Yes.
Okay. So that is. I'm just gonna hit the 1d12. Right at
1d12. Christ.
12. I got him for a 12.
All right. So you retaliate with your great axe, and you bring it down onto this goblin, and he holds up his shield, but it cuts right through it. In fact, it cuts through his shoulder and into his rib cage, and he just falls limply backwards off of your axe.
I'm actually not gonna let that happen. I want to grab him. I'm gonna pull the axe, grab him, and I'm gonna be like, Temin, watch this, and I'm gonna drop him down the well.
That was 2 for 2, Kane.
All right,
Impressive.
so here's what happens. You bring it down, you cleave him, and you pull him back, and you just drop him over, and he's until you hear another satisfying splat.
All right.
Christ. Temin, it's your turn.
All right, is the kobold that was fighting it earlier, is it like with the sword engaged with it?
Yes.
The hobgoblin? All right, so if I rush up to it onto the other side, would I have like flanking advantage?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do that, just that, and make an attack with my greatsword.
All right.
I'll do you proud, Kane, as I begin like rushing.
And I'm gonna yell, throw him in the well.
All right, so with advantage, this thing doesn't lag. This is awfully slow. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. That is 9 points of slashing damage.
All right. Nice. He snarls as you come across him with your great sword. He doesn't appear bloodied yet, but he has been wounded. And it's now his turn. He is going to make an attack on you with his long sword. Grabbing it back off the post. Does a 21 hit?
Bane.
Indeed it does.
Oh, shit, sorry. Yep. Does a... Fuck, I gotta do a d6 and a d4. What did I say? What's math?
21.
20, yeah, 18 plus 3 is 21. Minus 4 is 17?
Still hits.
Okay.
And then -6.
No, so I rolled a 1 on the d6 and a 3 on the d4.
JK. I'm gonna stand in the corner now.
You're good, you're good. And then it's 1d8 slashing. Oh, nope, sorry. 1d10. Because he's using both hands. 6 points. Oh, yeah, 6 points of damage.
It is non-magical weapon, correct?
Yes.
All right. It's going to be reduced by 3 because of heavy armor master.
God damn it.
No. Shit, Temin, I'm not.
I
calling
need to
you.
buff everything now.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No, you're good.
I'm going to take it and just go look at him like, was that the best you got?
He furrows his brow and then grabs a horn off of his belt and begins to blow into it. Phoebe, it is your turn.
I'm going to stand here. You know what? No. Actually, I'm gonna
Tap dance here?
I'm gonna look at Ko, who's next to me. I'm gonna go, hey, you still have the key, right?
Oh yes, of course I have the key.
Does he have the key?
Yeah, he's got the key.
He does.
Yes,
He's not
okay.
lying to you.
He
He
kept
took
it.
it back out the door. Yeah. he took
Okay.
it.
And then
Girl.
she's gonna run out of the door and she's gonna kind of look in the previous big room that they were in and see if Zin is there.
No Zin.
No Zin?
All right, fuck that guy. Let's lock him out.
Well, shit. Well, shit! She's gonna run back! And instead of going in the room, she's just gonna kind of peer in. And that's her turn.
Ah, I wanted to know what was gonna happen there.
What?
Yeah, I was curious too.
All right. So the kobolds then go attacking at the hobgoblin again, and critically missing.
Yikes.
And he avoids wounding himself, thankfully. Okay, so the southern door, right next to you, Kane. You hear something heavy hit it, and then the door swings open, and a goblin stumbles in. It's wearing these tattered skins and rags, and it holds this large gnarled wooden staff, and it looks around the room, sees Dern, and sees all of you. Ah!
Duh.
Are we still in turn order? Or are we out of combat right now?
No, you're in turn order.
Okay, whose turn is it?
The goblins.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to make sure. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
With the door open now, you can hear the carnage from the other room, and a gust of this thick smoke comes in from there. The kobolds and goblins are still going at it. Now we're back at top of the round, Ko.
I'm gonna kind of like Phoebe was doing whatever she was doing, kind of just like strange, and then like kind of get somewhat startled by this banging and introduction of another goblin. I'm gonna kind of let whatever Phoebe was doing kind of pass and set my sights on the goblin.
Okay.
And I'm going to. How far away from the hole is he? Or is it just like this perimeter is like 5
This
feet?
goblin, it's like it's 5 to 10 feet at any given point.
All right. I'm gonna try to shove him using my telekinesis into the hole
Okay.
with my bonus action. Yeah. So he has to make a strength save or be shoved.
What's the DC?
14.
Fuck. All right. The goblin is shoved towards the hole. Succeeds its save to prevent itself from falling down, however.
All right. Now, while that shove is happening, I'm gonna kind of like run and pull out a dagger and try to stab him with it. Where's my dagger?
Excuse me.
I choose violence, he said.
Oh no, but I rolled low.
Man, that shove is a bonus action. What the fuck?
That shove is a bonus action. Does a 10 hit?
No.
All right, I missed. All right.
So yeah, Ko, you charge forward with your dagger to attack this goblin, and it's pushing itself away from the hole, and it manages to stumble back away from your knife strike.
This is why I don't do this. And that's my turn.
All right, Kane, it is your turn. Before you act, as the goblin is stumbling away from Ko, it looks at all of you.
Please, please! Durnan, no!
Or not Durnan, Jesus. Dern! Their names are too close.
Durn, don't!
Seems to be pleading with the hobgoblin, who snarls back.
Kill them.
She looks wide-eyed at all of you.
So the goblin that came in the room said that to the hobgoblin.
Yep.
What's she wearing? Is she wearing rags and stuff?
Yep.
Is that what you described before? Okay.
Skins and rags.
And holding a staff.
Mm-hmm.
And holding the staff.
And she's close to me, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna grab her and put her in a headlock. I'm gonna pick her up.
Okay. I'm not even gonna contest a roll on that. She drops her staff and you got her in a chokehold.
Please!
I'm gonna look at Phoebe and Co. If you guys want to talk, you can talk to her. I don't. Is this what you want, Phoebe? Like, I'm looking at Phoebe like.
Bring over here. Bring over here.
And I'll take the rest of my turn to bring her over that way.
Awesome.
This would be helpful.
Tebet.
I'm going to take note of what Kane is doing, drop my greatsword, and rush in for a grapple and try and grapple Dern.
Nice.
If I can, you know.
Word.
Is it a strength check?
Yep.
While I run to Phoebe, can I yell over my shoulder someone to barricade the door, which this goblin came from?
Yes, but you were Ko's back there. Yeah.
It's an 11.
Okay, he does beat you, and so you charge towards him, and he stands his ground, puts a foot against his little throne there, and pushes you off of him.
Okay, that's it for me.
Pathetic. He then reaches into a pouch and pulls out a vial of red liquid and pops the cork and drinks the liquid.
Some Cowboy Bebop shit.
About to go down.
He seems to be revitalized by this liquid and readies a combat stance. And gets a 22 on you, Temin.
All right.
Swings again, and 6 points, so 3 points.
Take it.
All right, Phoebe.
All right, so has Kane placed the goblin on the ground?
I'm holding it. It's not going anywhere.
Okay,
You can talk to her while she's in my arms.
Oh, okay. If he drops you, can you talk to me?
I'll talk.
Or she can talk right now.
No, because you
I
gotta go help Tevin. Put her on the ground.
Fine, I'm gonna drop her.
And I'm gonna grab the goblin's hand and I'm just gonna pull her around the corner so that we're not in the doorway.
Ow!
All right. Am I able to have a conversation during a fight?
We'll make it your action.
Cool. I'm Phoebe. What's going on?
Oh, Phoebe, I'm Grenell. Whew.
Okay, Grenell, what's going on? I'm sorry about Kane. He was trying to help you. That was actually him being nice. Thank you, Kane.
Me shaman of
That's Meepo voice.
Durbaluk tribe.
Okay.
We no want fight kobold.
Phoebe is like dumbfounded. Phoebe is like,
Phoebe's wildest dreams just came true. I'm so sorry. Phoebe's like, look, I've drawn all these pictures of you and the kobolds being happy. I love
All
this.
Nans together. Yellow sun in the corner.
Kumbaya.
I'm so glad I didn't kill her.
Fanfic is real.
I cannot believe it now.
It's now canon.
In her mind is like, while she doesn't know it, she's like, these motherfuckers. So she's gonna be like, okay, really glad that you're here with me because I don't want to fight either. Okay, how do we get the hobgoblin to stop fighting us?
Turn, don't stop.
Okay, all right, and at that point, I'm gonna shout in the doorway, try to restrain him if you can, please. And I'll say that counts as a turn. That's more than enough.
All right. The goblin Grenell attempts to catch her breath.
My staff.
She did drop it in the other room.
That's okay. We'll get it back for you. We just have to figure things out first.
So, the kobold then goes again and hits him. What's his damage? Perfect. All right. There is some blood dripping off of Dern now. And, Ko, before you have time to react again, 2 goblins come through the south door. And it is now your turn.
Well, shit. King told me to close the door.
Goblins go at the end.
Now the goblins are in here. I'm gonna call out, King, come. There's more. And-
I'm looking at Temin. I'm looking at Ko.
I'm going to. Is the door to the side of these goblins or like behind them?
Behind them.
Behind them. Can I see into this door as it's
Yeah.
open? Can I see beyond it?
Yeah. So what you see beyond it, it's hard to really tell with all the haziness and figures running everywhere, but it seems to be a little goblin village of sorts, makeshift.
I felt this coming. Okay, that's something to think about. I'm going to use my telekinesis to push the door closed if I can,
Yeah.
so that at least it's not open.
You certainly do.
All right, so that's my bonus action. And then with my action, I'm going to kind of be backing up towards Kane and the rest of my party. And I'm going to kind of speak out to the kobolds. I mean, to the goblins. Apparently, there's been some sort of misunderstanding. We are not here to kill you.
You said it to
We
the
don't-
goblins?
Yes.
They
Trying to-
look between each other and then look back at you, and then Dern, from where he is fighting with Temin,
Kill them, or I smash you to jam.
Don't listen to him. He's crazy. He's been drinking the juice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to persuade them.
Let me see if they are persuadable right now.
Hmm.
They are not.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, Ko's gonna be backing up towards Kane and them.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Kane, it is your turn.
All right, hearing all that, I'm gonna go assist Temin and be like, I'm gonna go to Temin because Ko is retreating, and I'm gonna assist him with Dern.
All right.
And I guess I don't know what to freaking do. I'm just gonna use my momentum as I'm running that way and just tackle Dern.
Okay. Roll me strength.
18.
All right. So Dern is focused on Temin at this point, and he is not really paying much attention to the kobold behind him, thus leaving you an opening. You spear him from behind, causing him to fly forward onto his face and lose his footing.
Okay. And I'm gonna kind of hold him, but I'm not gonna hold him like I held the other goblin. I'm gonna hold him in a much more threatening, like I can snap your neck at any moment kind of hold.
Okay.
We're in a chill cold.
Hold with intimidation.
All right, so you currently have him restrained. Temin.
So just to be clear, we killing this dude?
I mean, I'm gonna like.
Can I
I'm
like
holding
read
a-
the intent from looking at like
I'm looking
Kane?
at Kane. I mean, I'm looking at Temin with like, I'm confused if we should kill him because he's barking the bad orders.
Dern
So,
is like frothing at the mouth right now.
Kane is like,
okay.
He's been
Kane's
drinking
eyes
the
are
juice,
like,
bro.
I don't know what to do, but if you kill him, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Like, because I'm holding him and I will snap his neck if he tells anybody else to kill us again. Like, I'm sorry, collateral damage, man. He was gonna kill us.
All right, I'm gonna pull out both of my dual swords and run up to him, and just as I'm going to attack, I'm going to shout out to the goblins. You can conquer your fear right now and overthrow this one. You do not have to be slave to his orders. And I'm just gonna go forward with my attack.
Okay. So to be completely transparent, I'm not sure what the 5th edition rule is for attacking a restrained combatant. So, in this situation, I'm going to default to what I know about coup de grace, and this is going to automatically count as a critical hit.
Oh, I thought that was paralyzed. Is automatic critical, but I would just roll with advantage if you want. Restraint just means their speed drops to 0, so they can't move.
Attacks against restrained creatures have advantage, and the restrained creatures' attacks have disadvantage, and they have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
All right. Who knew it would be a quick look up on D&D Beyond? Thanks for being so great, D&D Beyond. Okay, so roll with advantage then.
All right. That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And 8 points of slashing damage.
Perfect.
If you want to count him drawing the blades out as a bonus action, yeah, I won't use my bonus action to follow up with my second attack.
Yeah, to switch weapons, I rule as bonus.
Yep. All right, that's it for me. As I'm shouting out after I just kind of stab him like right in his clavicle area.
Nice. He lets out this guttural roar, just spit spewing out of his mouth. You see veins bulging in his neck.
He's probably like hitting me like right in the face, so I'm just looking dead in the eyes. Like, I don't give a damn.
like a shower head just trying to stand in it. Can't be mad at me if I didn't do it.
He is going to attempt to release himself. So give me another strength check, Kane.
Ooh, 10?
He did beat you, even with disadvantage.
Okay.
So he manages to get himself free from Kane. He is quite wounded. He's holding his shoulder. I kill you. I kill you all.
Oh man, you don't know how you sound. That's not great, man. That's not great.
He then goes to reach into his pouch, but doesn't seem to be finding what he was looking for. Phoebe, back in the hallway with our goblin friend.
I'm gonna turn to, what was her name? Grenell?
Grenell.
How? Okay. Are you guys scared of the hobgoblin?
Yes,
Okay.
he bad. He work with man below.
Oh, okay. That puts a lot of things into clarification. Okay. You stay here. Don't move. And she's gonna run out.
No,
and
I help. I need staff.
I'm going to get it for you. And she's gonna run. She's gonna run into the room and she's gonna look for the staff.
It is at the south end of the room, between... Ko, did you retreat?
I've been backing up, back to the door.
Okay. So between the hole and the two goblins that came in.
Well, she's gonna run in between. She's gonna grab the staff and then she's gonna run back.
Okay.
Yep.
You will get 2 attacks of opportunity on you.
Yep.
Okay.
Phoebe about to get slashed to death. Then there's no hope. We're killing everybody. You do understand that, right?
Yep.
Is your AC higher than 11?
It's 14.
So both of them miss, almost like a 80s Jim Henson movie. You running by and they just, like, way delayed, just swipe at where you were. And you managed to grab the staff and scurry away.
As she grabs the staff, but she starts turning away, she's gonna shout over, stop hurting people! We're figuring something out! And then she's just gonna keep running back.
I'm gonna watch her scurry by like a mouse and be like, oh, I don't know, man. I'm just killing people. Wow.
And so she's gonna return the staff. I don't know what the movement is across this room.
You can make it.
Cool.
It's really a small room.
She's gonna give the staff back to Grenell.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so what we're gonna try to do is while these guys are taking care of the bad guy, we're gonna go, wait, what's the other room like?
You're talking about the room to the south?
Like with all the kobolds and the goblins fighting. Because I assume she came from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm asking her what that room is like.
It bad.
Okay. And then this is a question for you, Mr. DM. Are kobolds and goblins considered humanoids?
I believe so, yeah.
Wonderful. All right, so I have an idea. We're gonna try it in a bit though.
Okay.
That is my turn.
All right. So the kobold attacks turn. He's still going for it. He's all in on this. Yeah, Dern is not looking good. Then the two goblins at the south end of the room rush up. One heads towards Ko, the other heads behind Temin. Ko, the one's going to attack you first. Does an 12 and 12 hit you?
No.
And Temin, does an 8 hit you?
Does not.
Perfect. So, then Grenell, with her stave, finally, comes through the doorway. Enough! And slams the staff down, and you see Dern just locks up where he stands. And the two goblins pause and look at Grenell.
That's my girl.
What we do, Grenell? Dern has bullied us for too long. We must stop fight with kobolds.
The one remaining kobold in the room turns around.
Filthy goblins! We hate yous!
Fucking Phoebe's face.
Can Phoebe walk up with her? Does she have any fucking movement left?
Yeah, you could be right there.
Cool.
At this point, the goblins are no longer hostile to you, and Dern is incapacitated, so we will drop turn order.
Cool.
But-
So Phoebe's about to pop off. She's gonna look at the kobold and she's gonna be like, no, that is the kind of mentality that puts you in this kind of situation. It's your turn to listen and for her turn to talk.
But...
No words. No. Grenell, go ahead.
Phoebe just commanding shit.
we must stop them in Goblinville.
Stop who? You were talking about the man, and I'm sure it's the man that we're here to stop.
We get to that. Now we stop kobold.
I think she's referring to the fact that the kobolds have used us to invade what seems to be a village of goblins.
All right, and like Phoebe's just in go mode, so she's gonna grab Kane, and I don't know where Temin is, but Temin better be looking at her. She's gonna grab Kane's hand, and she's just gonna like march into the other room where all of the kobolds and the goblins are.
I'm grabbing my greatsword and going with them.
Okay. So Grenell follows you, leaving Dern paralyzed at the throne.
And Phoebe's gonna look at Grenell and be like, I've seen this too many times. You stay out of the entranceway until we can confirm it's safe, because I don't want you getting run through with a sword again. Not that it's happened to you before, but it's happened to people who look like you, and I don't want to see it again. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of hang out next to Grenell. Like, as she's walking in, I'm gonna be by her.
All right. So you all walk through the southern door into the larger area, and yeah, you see mass panic and pandemonium. There are goblin and kobold corpses alike. Most of them goblin, most of them non-combatants.
How many of them? Wait, you said they're mostly non-combatants?
Yes.
They're just like a town. They're just a
There's
family.
like, we literally, like, the kobolds legit rated an actual like village, no fighter, or
Yeah.
some
They're not,
fighters,
yeah.
minimal fighters.
Are there
Like,
any
they're
kobolds?
destroying.
Are there any kobolds like left, like trying to kill goblins?
Yeah, there are like 5 kobolds left in this room, and there's probably 1 goblin that had a weapon. He has armor on, and he is running around the room while they're chasing him.
How big is the room?
It's fairly large. It's probably the biggest room you've been in so far down here.
How far away are they from me?
Within 30 feet.
Cool. So I'm gonna kind of follow Grenell's frustration, and I'm just gonna say enough, and I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
All right. Second time's a charm. Calm emotions. What's the
Charisma 14.
I imagine Phoebe is still holding Kane's hand.
Yes, I'm still holding Kane's hand, and I'm squeezing very tightly because I'm frustrated, but I'm also kind of scared.
You better calm your emotions. I'm gonna unleash the big blue.
You see this guy? If I let go of his hand, he's gonna throw some
It's
up
all
the well.
over for you. All right. They stop chasing each other, and the violence subsides, but the grief has only just begun.
And all right, so they stop chasing the goblins. I'm gonna look at the kobolds. Are they looking at me?
Everything is looking at you.
I'm directed towards the kobolds. I'm just gonna look at them, and my brow's all furrowed, and I'm all huffy and puffy, and I'm just visibly angry, and I'm just gonna start yelling at them, like, look what you did! I don't care how you feel about them. You didn't bother to listen to them. I tried to tell you guys that all you needed to do was have a conversation, because both sides of this conflict, or whatever this dumb thing is, can end. But no, you didn't listen to them, and now you hurt a bunch of people who didn't want to hurt you. How do you feel about that?
The kobolds kind of look at each other, and the one goblin is like inching away from them.
But they nasty.
No, why are they nasty? Tell me.
They
Do they eat the same things as you?
yeah, they eat
Do they live in the
goblin
same
and
place as
kobold. Yeah.
Have you ever considered that you guys can work together and live in this place together and probably get more done together rather than against each other?
No.
You don't need to hurt each other. You can always help each other by using your words in your head instead of spears and bows and swords and other mean sharp objects.
But me only good with weapons, not words.
You can surprise yourself. You're using your words right now. We're having a conversation. And we're not fighting. I'm yelling at you, but that's not fighting. Look at this. She's just gonna gesture at all like the dead bodies. This doesn't feel good. These could have been your friends. But now you'll never know. And then I'm gonna gesture to the dead kobolds and look at your real friends. Now they're gone too.
They take off their leather caps.
We lose leader
Yeah.
to nasty goblins.
No, not to nasty goblins. To nasty kobolds. Acting nasty.
What?
Yeah. You were acting very nastily. And you were mean. And this is what happens when you're mean. You don't
Wait.
get good results and you don't feel good.
We kill leader?
Yeah, kind of. If you had used your words, your leader wouldn't be dead.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna be walking over and picking up their leader's body and walking over while cradling the leader's body in my arms and just laying it before the kobolds.
Are you fucking kidding me? That was almost a fucking dirty ass 20. I'm so upset right now.
So what'd you get?
I got a 6.
No.
Almost a dirty 20. Fuck you, dude.
Can I assist?
I was going to say advantage because of how good you've been at communicating, so we'll say that I did say that before you rolled.
Oh, bless your kind heart, Mr. D.
Yeah, too bad you don't have halfling luck or anything like that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot about that. That is much better. That's an 18.
Okay, all right.
Bless your soul.
Only because I'm enjoying what's going on so much. So, Tamin, you're walking up with the corpse of the bigger, meatier kobold?
Yes, and I'm laying it before them, and just kind of bowing my head before their leader.
The 6 remaining kobolds, as the one that was in the boss room has joined you in the larger room now. They all circle around him, and they all put their hands on him and hang their heads low. Then one of them looks up.
Small one, right? We kill leader. We fight goblin. But goblin.
And you can see his acorn brain is just really turning those gears.
Goblin like kobold?
As I stand up, I'm gonna say, yes. Both of your kinds have been hated by others and called filth, and yet there's nothing wrong with either of your races. Why do you pick fights with each other when you should be joining hands together, as Phoebe said?
Maybe you stray will talk to goblin leader. We sorry.
Surrounded by chaos and corpses. The one talking looks bashfully at the nearest goblin.
We sorry.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Remember that your unneeded conflict causes the needless loss of lives. And yet, it is that feeling of regret that you have now that will drive forward the future that you wish to have together. One of peace.
You can tell they have no idea what the fuck you just said.
That went right.
But they know you were very serious about it, and they nod their heads.
Honestly, now that Kane has read the room and they don't need a war machine anymore, I'm just kind of like laughing at all of this. I think it's absolutely wild that this is even happening. And I'm gonna go just like stand next to Ko, like, what the fuck?
This is definitely one of the stranger things we've done.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, I feel like we need to get paid. We gotta go find Zen, man. What the fuck is that guy?
yeah, where is
So-
that fucker?
Before we go anywhere, you kobolds stay here with this goblin and you make sure that you protect each other so that no one runs in here and there's no misunderstandings. You got it?
Okay.
Okay. And then
Kobold walks up to a prone goblin and helps them to their feet and looks to you like,
Good.
it's a step in the right direction, yeah.
Good. We friends.
and you see the goblin is just like really looking incredulously and confused at the kobold.
I'm gonna turn to all of them and say, if you must hold contempt for anyone, hold it for the one that has led you all to this. The one person below. That is who you must direct your anger at. And begin walking towards the well.
But that doesn't mean go and do anything to him. We're gonna go take care of that. You guys just do you, okay? Leave him go.
Okay. The kobolds begin to sheepishly do what they think is helping with the goblins, and the goblins are like not wanting them to assist, but also more afraid of you all than the current situation.
It's just little Phoebe and then 3 hulking shadows behind her, just like.
They're like silhouetted out, but you see their eyes like glowing. Like a fucking anime.
Phoebe's gonna go back through the doorway and see Grenell.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna be like, all right, I talked to them. I feel bad for being mean. I will apologize to them later. But right now, what's going on with the man downstairs? She's trying to maintain like a serious demeanor.
Yes. Man below, Bellic. He's bad man. He work with Dern.
Who's still paralyzed.
He give gifts to Dern.
And she points at a chest, an iron chest that was at the foot of his throne.
And give apples too. But we had bring humans below to him.
Okay. Well, we're probably gonna head in that direction. Which direction is that?
We climb.
She points at the hole in the ground.
When you say we, you don't plan on coming with us, do you?
No, I must help goblin people.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm glad we're on the same page, finally. Sheesh.
But that's what we use.
Okay, well, you guys be safe up here. The kobolds in that room, they're gonna be nice. You just tell them what to do and they'll help you out. And then you let me know if they don't, and I'll give them a mean talking to again. But we're gonna go take care of Bellic down there.
Yes. And we take care of Dern.
She walks over to him and like fishes around in one of his pouches and pulls out a small iron key and puts it on top of the chest.
This yours when you come back.
Oh, are you sure?
All Dern from Bellic. we no want.
Okay.
She then directs some goblins to pick up Dern's paralyzed body and brings it back into the main Goblinville area. She then nods at all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
One
you.
question before we leave.
Yes.
Whose idea was it to steal a dragon from the kobolds?
Ah. That Dern.
Did he ever say why?
He said dragon make good pet. She ate goblins.
Oh, I'm gonna walk up if I hear this, and I'm gonna chop off Dern's right arm.
You
In
hear,
cold blood.
yeah, you hear this guttural.
And I'm gonna toss it and look at him. If you hurt one more goblin, I'll be back for the other one.
Grenell responds to you.
There's no Dern left after this.
I nod.
Be safe.
You as well.
She then joins with the goblins and the kobolds in the other room. And you are left in the circular area where you had begun your boss battle. With the well.
So I know she said that we had to take it after we finished up, but I'm definitely gonna like swipe that key off the top of the chest.
Okay.
Not just leave it there. How big is the chest itself?
It's about 3 feet wide.
All right. Cool. Good to know.
It's not massive. It's like a personal size.
Yeah. I think it's better if we just come back for it. Yeah. But gotta keep the key.
You know, I understand that we brought the goblins and the kobolds together, but I feel like some of the kobolds and some goblins might not have gotten that message. Good for the goblins though, because we got their leader. But the kobolds, I think we need to talk to their leader. And you know, Temin and I, you guys, I'm gonna point to Ko and Phoebe. You guys look great. But I'll tell you what, one of those nasty little goblins did stab the heck out of me. So if someone wants to help me with this bleeding, that'd be great. And I'm just gonna smile a big toothy grin.
Oh yeah, no, of course. And like Phoebe's just gonna walk up and just like press her hand against Kane and just cure wounds.
Oh, right. I'm gonna
Cure
use lay
wounds.
on hands on myself as well, just for 5
How much
points.
is lay on hands?
Cure wounds is a
Uh,
d6.
Cure wounds, sorry.
I'm gonna do myself for 5 points.
Okay. Awesome.
Actually, my cure wounds is 1d8 plus 4, which is a 7.
Wow.
Wow. It's one more than you said. Shit, it made the world worth a difference.
That's real
Actually-
effective.
Actually, it did because it healed me all the way.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. I'm going
Wendy.
to. Are we at the pit right at this point right now?
Yep.
I'm going to, for a moment, take a knee and look to Phoebe while taking my greatsword, just kind of like leaning on it. And I would like to apologize for hurting your friends.
Oh. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay because it's tough because I don't hurt people, but I don't like people that hurt my friends, and they hurt you first. So, in that regard, you were only doing what was right. I can't be mad at you for that because I don't want to see you get hurt either.
But even then, perhaps what you say has some truth to it. It makes me wonder about life and the bodies that these goblins have, and how I've disrespected them I would like to apologize for that.
Well, I forgive you, of course, you know? You're my friend, Temin. And when we go through life, we all have to learn lessons one way or another. I mean, let me tell you, I'm learning a bunch of lessons throughout this expedition. But that's okay. You know, we're all learning at our own paces and in our own ways. And, you know, the next time you come across bodies like that, maybe you'll look at them differently.
Perhaps. I just nod and I stand.
I must say, Phoebe, you are also a teacher. You got some wisdom in you. And I'm glad that this conflict between the goblins and the kobolds worked out the way you would have hoped.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, Ko. I'm a little disappointed in myself, to be honest.
Why is that?
Well, you know, just for the time that we've spent down here, I kind of gave up on, you know, the belief that not everything can be solved with words, and I was just gonna let everyone hurt each other without even trying to say something. And then the minute I didn't, you know, someone came out and they said exactly what I was thinking. So I gave up too soon, and a lot of people paid for that.
Yeah.
Listen, I would say that both can be true at the same time. And like Ko
Agreed.
said, the situation worked out in your favor this time. You didn't give up because it still was something that you accomplished. And I'm not going to apologize for killing all those goblins or kobolds or anything I have to kill, but I will say, I will, like I did, try and kill less things in front of you. I'm not a mindless killer. I'm a beastly, but I'm not a beast. And I mean, I'm just gonna kind of be like brushing at my claws, like I'll try if the moment is right. I don't mind a peaceful outcome, but also sometimes things can get a little brutal, and you have to be unapologetic.
Well said.
Kane, I mean, if I'm being honest, you saved Grenell. You didn't hurt her, and you brought her right to me with no questions instead of attacking her outright. And that was really big of you. So that's something I'm really proud of.
And like these two are saying, the lessons learned are the lessons learned, and I've learned a lesson, but I'm still not apologizing.
Kane, you're a good guy.
You should go find those kobolds.
Good old Big Blue.
Big Blue.
You have a soft spot for the small one. And I just nod to Kane.
I'm just gonna walk away from this conversation. I'm done.
So where are y'all heading next?
Down the hole.
All right. So the vines do work quite well as a makeshift rope to get down into the pit, which is very fortunate. Fortunately, because you're not falling down the pit, you don't have to make any saves or skill checks or anything like that. So you descend down a long way with these vines. It ends up being around 80 feet once you reach the bottom. And there at the bottom are the almost unrecognizable splattered corpses of 2 goblins and a kobold.
I'm just gonna say I'm still not apologizing, and I'm gonna walk away.
Like, seeing them, I'm gonna kind of like look at them again, and I'm like, oh shit, we never found Zin. Well, I guess that means that I can burn down the tree, right?
All right, sorry, that was a little disconcerting. So, again, you are the little red circle.
Yep.
And you come down into a pretty large, cavernous room. This is where all that purple light was emanating from. For there is luminescent fungus attached to everything in this cavern. It's on the ground, it's on the walls, it's on the ceiling. It clings to everywhere, and the violet light illuminates the dampness that drips from the ceiling and pools up in little puddles on the ground. There are also some small saplings that have sprouted through the stone in this area. And behind one, you see a robed figure.
Can I put some fungus in a jar?
Yes.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group. I'm gonna look at Phoebe seeing this. I'm gonna be like, oh, now she doesn't want to talk to him.
As
She doesn't notice them.
as this is happening, I'm just going to take the goblin bodies with the kobold and lie them like side by side, respectfully, and just take a little bit of that moss and just make like a holy marking or whatever on their head so it's glowing, and just close their eyes and just stand up.
I'm gonna look at Ko.
Okay.
All right, Ko, that's you. You go talk to the guy. These two clearly got other stuff to do with the grass.
Boy.
Huh. This shadowed figure, in terms of its like height and like just outline,
Mm-hmm.
does it resemble
Zin?
Zin?
It's an average humanoid size and shape.
Was Zin an average humanoid size and shape, or was he like a
He
little
was
Kremlin? creepy
Quite
dude?
average human size, yes.
Damn, son, we
Gotcha.
got played, didn't we?
Oh,
I've been feeling it in my bones, but I'm Phoebe, bitches.
It's just a
I'm gonna-
robed figure. Their back is to you.
I'm gonna reach out with my telepathy, kind of like Zin.
Let me see here. You find no connection when you attempt to speak telepathically.
I'm gonna redirect my telepathy towards Kane next to me. I think we have a bigger problem. It's time to actually get to work, King.
Hey, if you're tapping me in, I know that we ain't talking.
Have I finished putting fungus in the jar?
Yes, you have a jar filled with violet glowing fungus.
Cool. So I'm gonna put that away in my pack, and I'm gonna dust off my robe a little bit because I was crouched on the ground. I'm gonna turn around and be like, "What's everyone looking at?"
As
Not
you turn
responding to-
around, Phoebe, you hear a rustling in the plants behind you,
I'm
and a
going
twig
to-
blight ambushes you.
Cool.
Those things
Oh.
are like the same size as Phoebe.
Is she like right next to me?
Yep. But here's what's gonna happen. So, out of the bushes jumps a familiar twig being. Its sharp limbs and fingers reaching out towards Phoebe, who has just stood up from collecting some mushrooms. She dusts herself off. And suddenly, the stuffed animal on her back shifts and grows, and a massive grizzly bear tears the twig blight in half in midair.
Oh, Booker, no, it's okay, Booker. We're gonna take deep breaths. I'm fine. It's okay.
Hearing this, I'm turning around to see this.
Does it make it sound like a
Oh yeah.
oh dope?
What the?
It then spins around, its eyes peering around, and then it snarls at you, Ko.
but
Oh.
no, Booker. And I'm just gonna grab onto his arm and I'm gonna hug his arm and I'm gonna look out by him and be like, Booker, it's okay. I'm okay. Look at me, Booker. I'm okay. That's a microphone.
I'm grabbing my greatsword.
Co,
Like, I'm just.
roll me a perception check.
I'm like split focusing right now. We got shit.
Do I see them like pulling out weapons and everything?
You see
not
them
hiding it.
acting defensively, yes.
Okay, guys, no, it's okay. Like, Kate,
I've got
Darren,
a
I'm good.
14 on the perception.
Co, something's approaching behind you.
Okay.
Now, is my behind where that, like my back? rather-
Okay, so, lay of the land, all right?
Yeah.
We have,
What are you
we've got
doing?
Phoebe and the emergent Booker. And then in front of her, we have Temin. And beside Temin, we have Kane. And behind all of them, we have you. To your right would be the robed figure. And something, you sense something approaching behind you.
Even from behind me, I am going to kind of like spin on the spot and put my back to Kane.
You spin around just enough time reflexively to see a twig blight lunge at you.
I am going to.
And it misses.
Oh shit! Okay.
Feeling Co behind me, I'm just gonna kind of like stay at his back, just getting his back. Like if anything comes that way, because I know
I'm gonna like quickly strike out too with the dagger this time. Let's see. Does an 11 hit?
Yes.
Word. I dealt him 5 damages, I think.
So I dealt him the 5 damages.
The 5 damages.
Damage day.
All right. You strike down the twig blight, and Booker. It then shrinks back down, and there rests a stuffed animal.
You didn't have to do that. I was really gonna be okay. You can't just do things like that.
Kane, what the hell is going on back there?
that bear just turned back into her teddy bear. That teddy bear was a bear. It was a bear. What the fuck did you guys pick up off the ground? Am I fucking losing it?
I see. It wants to protect you.
Well, we can have this conversation in a little bit, because I think Ko is dealing with things, and then there's a guy over there. Did you guys see
I
the guy
second
over there?
that guy.
Referencing the guy, you turn and glance over, and you hear this. And lumbering towards you is a robed skeleton with a shovel in hand. Roll initiative.
Why is that less threatening than goblins?
He's
here we
tending the
go.
garden.
A shovel?
He's a skeleton. He's doing his best.
You're gonna go schmack.
17.
Ooh, jinx, bitch.
Oh my god, I also got a 17.
Hey!
Hey.
Ko, what's your dexterity?
16.
Phoebe, what's your dexterity?
Ha-ba-da, ha-ba-da-hoo. Ha. Don't know where it is. There it is. It's
None of those are
13.
numbers.
13?
13. TP on mobile, bitch.
Temin, what'd you get?
Sounds.
8.
Kane, what'd you get?
19.
Oh, Jesus. Why don't you fucking
Oh,
speak up?
damn.
I said 19.
Oh, I thought you said your dexterity was 19. I was like,
No.
damn.
You guys are having a 17 party while I rolled a 19.
All right. So, this area is rather large. The skeleton lumbering towards you is within movable striking distance. You do hear some sound to the north of this room. And if you turn to look, you can see another skeleton, and something shifting around between the brush. Kane, you're first.
Well, whatever is closest to me or the most immediate danger. The most immediate danger will be what I kind of direct my focus to.
Okay.
And I already had pulled my longsword.
So that would be the first skeleton. He's within 20 feet of you.
Okay. I mean greatsword. I don't have a longsword. I mean greatsword.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna go rush him, and I'm okay, Phoebe. Sorry, but I'm not giving this guy a chance. I feel like he's not gonna be very friendly.
No, I don't think so either.
15.
That hits.
Good. And then I'm just gonna roll my damage on D&D like I did last time. Are you kidding me? 4.
About the hand axe.
Like you did last time.
Oh wait, did I
Wrong
roll the
weapon.
hand axe? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, I did. I rolled a 10. Sorry.
All good, all
That
good.
was the tricks ya. Thank you guys.
You got me. Ko.
Well, I know that King is taking on one of them, so I should focus my attention on the other.
The skeleton to the north is 30 feet away, and whatever is shifting around in the brush is about 20 feet away.
Let's see. Could I... Oh, that's perfect range. I'm gonna take the dagger that I have in hand and kind of flip it over and try to throw it at the sound.
Okay, so you're going to make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Let's go, boys. That first one is like an 18. What's the second one? However, rolled, bitch. Oh, and the next one is a 16. 16 at disadvantage.
Nice. All right. So you hear this kiss, and the sound of like sticks hitting each other as a twig blight gets hit by the dagger. Roll your damage.
All right. And that is going to be 5 points of damage.
Okay. That does it in.
Fucking murdering these bitches with my dagger. And I'm going to use my bonus action to use my telekinesis to bring my dagger back.
Dope.
And that's my turn.
All right. So the skeleton ahead of you, Kane, retaliates. And hits with a 21, I believe.
Yep.
And deals 8 points of piercing damage. So I rolled max on that.
That's fine. Let him hit me.
Or, sorry, not piercing, bludgeoning, because he's using the shovel.
Shoveled to death.
Bong! And then the one to the north approaches and catches up to... Temin would be the next closest. In the...
Okay.
Yeah, because Ko was behind you all on the southern side of the room.
Word.
And misses. Okay.
Does it have a shovel too?
This one has like a big pair of shears. And then out of the bushes comes a twig blight to attack Phoebe,
More.
but it misses. And it's Phoebe's turn.
Where is like the emptiest part of the room right now?
That would be the northeast. There does not appear to be any movement there, but you would have to move away from the twig blight next to you. And yes.
Cool. So, where is Temin?
next.
Like right, yeah, like
Oh,
5
he's
feet
like
from you.
sub B. Cool. I'm gonna get on the other side of him.
Okay. So you now have Temin between you and the Twig Blight.
Yes.
But you do get a
Send it.
attack
Send
of
it.
opportunity provoked on you, and he misses.
That's right.
You're just too agile.
I'm just having nimbleness. Ditty. Sure.
Anything else, Phoebe?
No.
Okay. Temin.
I'm gonna pull out my greatsword, and looking upon the skeleton before me, I'm gonna say, I pity you for serving a master that is evil. And I'm gonna swing. And that is a 12 to hit.
Skeleton, I believe. That'll hit him. Yeah. 'Cause you just went a rogue.
That is 7 points of slashing damage.
Nice. Okay. Anything else, Temin?
I'll just, as I'm drawing my sword back, I'll say something like, I will free you from your master.
Nice. Alright, back to the top of the round. Kane. You still have a skeleton ahead of you. Does not seem much long for his undead world.
Well, I'm gonna take my second attack and hit him again with my greatsword.
Alright.
Ooh, does an 8 hit?
No.
Fuck. And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to offhand grab his face with my claws.
Nice. Do it.
Okay. And that's unarmed strike, right? Or
Yeah, which... Is this your, Is this one of your Battlemaster skills?
no. I just wanted to just like out of frustration just grab his head and just like I said, just with my claws.
That would count as another standard action.
Would it?
I mean, you made an attack and missed, and then this would be a second attack, yeah?
I thought we we could do it with like one of your free hands, or that you can like, you know, you can attack with a weapon and you attack with your hand. I don't know. If not, it's fine.
You have 2 weapon fighting, but you're currently using a 2-handed weapon. So if you had like a longsword in one hand and the other hand was free, then you'd
What
be
if I
able
could
to
kick him?
I want to pick him up.
roll a kick. Fine.
I want to
Is that unarmed strike?
Yes, but you know what? Just do it.
I got a 10. Does a 10 hit him?
A 10 will hit.
Okay. And then it's just 4 piercing damage.
All right. So you give a good, solid, draconian kick, and he explodes and splinters into bones, and they fall to the ground, kicking up dirt and dust as it does. Ko,
Hello.
it's your turn.
So
There's a twig blight to your front left, within 10 feet. And
Another one that
then,
popped out?
Yep, it had attacked Phoebe and missed.
Oh, this is the one that attacked me. Okay. Seeing that one, I'm gonna kind of just like fling my dagger like to the side at it, and let's see. Am I rolling at disadvantage this time, or no?
No, because you can see it.
Gotcha. Give me good stuff. Hell yeah. Yeah, 23.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. Come damage. I think that's a 4 on the damage.
Okay. You got a good hit on it. One of its arms comes off, and it's kind of rickety now.
Poor little guy.
Jesus, I feel so bad for him.
And yeah, once again, I'm gonna retrieve my dagger back with my telekinesis using the bonus action.
All right.
And I'm gonna kind of like start positioning myself to be in like to close formation with everybody else. Since like Kane ran off, I'm gonna kind of like back up a little bit to close formation with Phoebe and Temin a little bit.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So you are now like back to back with Temin. You're still within striking range of the twig blight, so you do not provoke attack of opportunity. The skeleton ahead of you, Temin, attacks again. This time, I believe he hits with a 23.
He hits. Roll that damage.
2 points of damage.
Is that after the heavy master?
No,
armored
that's I got 2 points of damage.
Damn.
It
Yikes.
So that
was a
was
great
just-
roll. Great roll.
That was just 0 damage.
That's just 0 damage to you.
I mean, he's using garden shears. So we'll say they're rusty.
Yeah. Phoebe.
Is there like, so it's Town in front of me, and it's the skeleton dude over here.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got Ko beside you, and a twig blade in front of him.
Cool. I'm gonna tap Temin on the back because I'm not tall enough to tap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna guide him.
All right. Get an
And-
extra D4 to use.
That's my turn.
Perfect. I'm loving it. So the twig blight attacks you, Ko. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
All right. Temin.
All right. Great sword coming at the skeleton one more time. It's gonna be. Is this with guidance? Oh, it doesn't matter. 22 to hit.
You hit him.
Sure, 26.
Another 7 points of slashing damage.
Perfect. This one also explodes, splintering into several bone particles and collapsing in dust on the ground.
That's all I can do. So. That's it
All
for me.
right. The twig blight then tries to burrow into the ground. Kane, it is your turn.
Oh, is there another skeleton in the room, or did they kill him?
Skeletons are all down. There's just a badly wounded twig blight attempting to retreat in front of Ko.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my greatsword away and start walking back over toward the party.
Okay.
There's no other, like, can I roll perception? Is there any other danger in the room, or feels like there's a threat?
Go ahead.
Okay. 20.
All right. You scan the area, and you pause on a few shrubs, just really looking at them to make sure that they aren't also twig blights waiting. But it seems that that was all that was in this room.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna, then I will keep my sword, like, away. I'll release the handle and just kind of go toward the group and make sure everybody's okay.
All right. Ko, are you going to put him down?
Well, first I gotta bring him up. I'm gonna use my telekinesis to like try to shove him or pull him into the air
Okay.
upwards. Strength save 14.
It definitely failed.
So as it comes up, I'm gonna go to slash it with the dagger.
Okay.
Hit him.
I won't even... I'm not even going to worry about your roll.
I rolled a
It probably has
nat
like 1
one.
HP.
Well,
I rolled a nat one.
I said it before you rolled it, so there we go.
Okay, cool.
Yes, you
That's
you
fucking
slash him in
hilarious.
half, and that is the end of that twig blight. All right, we end turn order.
Well, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put my hands on my hips. I'm gonna walk over to Phoebe, looking down at her, like towering over her. Anybody want to address the bear we had in the room?
Yeah. Explain, please.
Well, so Booker special, he tends to get angry, whenever something tries to, like, attack me, or I don't really realize it, or that's from what I've noticed, but I don't know how he does it, and he was a gift from my mom, and I've had him since I was littler than I am now. And it doesn't happen a lot, but it's happened a couple times. But he's really nice, I promise.
I'm gonna put my hand out and grab like Booker's arm and just shake it with. Well, nice to meet you, Booker.
So I'm gonna guess, Tevin, you had no idea then.
None at all.
It doesn't happen a lot. I've had Temin, with me to protect me, and then a lot of the places I've traveled don't involve a lot of fighting, so this is really the first time I've been around some serious danger. And then, yeah.
You're a very interesting person, Phoebe.
Well, thanks, Cole.
Do you know your mom?
Yeah, she her name is Ulhara Honeypot, and she ran a store back in my village, and I helped her, of course. And I've been looking for her because I haven't seen her for over a year, because sometimes she leaves the village and to go restock on supplies and whatever, but then she didn't come back. And then I got really sad, and then I decided I wasn't going to stay in the village and be sad, so I left. And I took Booker with me because she always told me to take Booker with me.
I'm gonna look over to Kane like, so this is the strangest job that we've been on thus far together, right? I think this one certainly tops it now.
Together, yes. Still not the strangest thing I've ever seen. It is questionable and dangerous, but also beneficial to her, and as long as it finds us as its friendlies.
Oh no, Booker doesn't attack my friends. He seems really scary, but he's really nice, I promise.
I'm not really concerned about the danger that he might pose. I'm more concerned about like what he is.
I don't really know. Like I said, I've had him since like before I could remember things. I think he's like my first memory.
Co? It would explain why this tiny person has gone so far without having anything rip her up. So if anything, like I said,
it's very true.
Beneficial to her. Leaves a question mark on us. But as long as we don't wish her ill will, we'll be
I would
fine.
never, Kane.
Oh my god, I'm not implying that I would. I actually feel like I understand that bear and its anger if something thinks about hurting this small creature. But
oh yeah, we know that you're bonded with her. It's fine.
Listen, that's beside the point, and I just wanted to know what the hell that thing was.
He's
It is
Booker.
friend, and that is enough.
It is enough for now, but
now to address the next thing.
Yeah.
Undead and more twig blights, like back in the village.
Listen, the twig blades make perfect sense. If this is where the tree is, this is where they're going to be planting more of those seeds.
That's true.
I'm grabbing the shovel.
Okay.
Hey, did you see that guy with the shovel?
I'm gonna start digging out graves and then putting the bones in there and burying them, and along with the goblin bodies and the kobold as well, as you guys are having this conversation.
Okay.
Do you think this is long enough for a short rest?
Well, there's no other noise or disturbances, so if you'd like to take a short rest, you can.
Short rest.
All right.
Yeah.
I think this would be a great time to take a short rest.
Oh, now I'm getting notifications. There we go.
And after you do, and you recuperate, you hear from the very, very top of the shaft, the well that you had climbed down. Hello? Are you down there?
This motherfucker.
Is that Zin?
Yeah, we're down here.
Oh, thank heavens! The goblins and kobolds up here, it's the strangest thing I've ever seen. I'll be down in a moment.
Was I not supposed to say anything?
No, that's fine. We might just leave him anyways. Obviously he doesn't care to keep up, and the faster we get to the tree, the faster we finish the job.
Cole, we're not burning the tree.
So after a minute,
Just blinking at her. I don't compute that.
Zin does slowly make it to the bottom of the vines and join the rest of you. Oh, sorry, I fell behind.
Yeah, where the hell were you at?
I was just very intrigued by some of the things that we've seen here. And I thought I would
Don't say.
take some notes on them rather than getting involved in the fight.
You want to take notes while we're here to retrieve and protect the tree / fight Bellic.
Oh,
it
Ko,
comes
he's
to
made
it.
it clear several times. This guy's not gonna lift a finger. Our job is to guide him to the tree safely. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what we've done. You're still alive now, aren't you, Zin?
That's true.
Yes, and we do seem to be very close now.
Did he say that he was taking a look at things?
Yes.
What were you looking at?
Oh, I was, some of the carvings and things of that nature
Where?
in the rooms that we had passed. I felt that I didn't have time to before, but with everything distracted in that big fight, I felt safe enough to do so.
Just because of how Phoebe's noticed his behavior towards kobolds, can she have an insight check on that?
Yeah, what are you trying to infer
If he's
specifically?
lying.
Okay, alright.
Fucking. There we go. There we go. Yeah, give me this fucking. That's a 24, BB!
Oh, he's lying. You
I
don't
don't know.
know. Yeah, you don't know the specifics, but you know he's
I don't
lying.
know how to confrontation. So I'm gonna be like, okay. Do you want to share with me what you saw, like later when like we can?
Oh yes. We can talk about it later.
Okay, cool.
Temin, Ko, and well, it would have been Kane too, but give me a perception check.
21.
All right.
19.
Okay. There's a little bit of blood on his robe at the bottom of the hem.
If I notice that and the conversation's still going on, I'm going to detect thoughts and just like just chilling casually, not even properly like looking at him. Just gonna detect thoughts as he's speaking and trying to explain his whereabouts and / what he was looking at Phoebe or towards Phoebe, like with Phoebe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got two waves of telepathy going on here.
As he does that, I'm gonna go walk over to where we climbed down. I'm gonna take out my sword and chop off some of the vines. Probably about like a good 10 feet of vine.
Okay. Yeah, they secrete this kind of oozing liquid from the ends that you cut, but they stop after a moment. Okay, detect thoughts. He's gonna do wisdom save. Oh my god, I should have changed out dice. He failed so bad he might as well be talking to you, what he's thinking about. So you do know that they are aware of the detection, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I think there's a point in time at which that happens.
You initially learn the surface thoughts. Either way, the target knows that you're.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so if you choose to probe deeper, sorry.
Yeah.
So surface level, you're good.
Surface level thoughts.
Yep. So
brought on by Phoebe's questioning.
So surface level thoughts, you see kobolds, you see Calcryx, and you see that rune that you had seen in that first area when you had first come here. And if Ko remembers what that rune was, I will leave that up to you.
Let me see. Is it in my notes?
But those are the stark images at the top of his mind right now.
Shit.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna take a swig out of my fire breathing potion.
Nice. Re-up.
I don't have it in my notes, so I guess Code does not remember.
Okay. But you know that it's that rune. You just don't remember what it means.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna probe deeper.
Okay.
And as I do so, I'm gonna like touch Kane's arm and kind of nod at Zin. And at this point, my eyes are glowing like pretty blue.
So he succeeded his wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns around to look at you, Ko. Yes, while we're all here, was there anything that you found yourselves?
Don't change the subject. To us, we were doing our job. Tell me, what is it you know about that rune that we came across before? And why is there blood on your robe?
He takes a look down. Oh, I had tripped and fallen against one of those spike traps up above and wounded myself. But that rune that we had first seen, I believe that was a marking of a Chardalon, yes?
I'm gonna walk over to him, and with the vines in my hand, I'm just gonna kind of reach out to his robe and just pull back where the blood is. I heard this is supposed to help with the wounds. And I'm gonna wrap the vine around his arm, just inspecting and see if there's actual wounds there.
So it's his leg, and there is actually a gash on his leg.
Okay. I'm gonna tie it into a knot and just tighten around his thing, almost like to just tighten up the circulation around that limb, just so it's not bleeding.
He winces slightly. Thank you.
And I'm gonna get up before cutting the vine and just look at him.
You know, I find it odd that you would leave that far back while we were pushing forward.
I just... I didn't want anything untoward to happen in the midst of all that chaos. You know, I do take my mission very seriously, and it is very important that I see it through. I knew that those like yourselves would be able to handle this.
Well, if we were so capable of handling it, then there was no harm for you to worry about. We've protected you thus far, right?
Yes, but nothing on that grand scale. I was just worried I would be in the way. I will not do it again. I apologize.
Yeah, we were really worried about you. Like, in the middle of a big fight with this big hobgoblin, like, I ran back and forth because I wanted to make sure you were okay, but I didn't even know where you were, so... But I'm glad to see you're okay.
It seems that in my attempt to not distract you, that is precisely what I've done, and I am very sorry for that.
Can I roll an insight to see if his behavior and his words are as truthful as he wants us to believe?
Okay, go ahead.
Where's my insight? 17.
So, you know that as far as how he's talking to all of you, he definitely sounds more confident and believable now than when he had started talking when he first got down here. It was pretty obvious that he was lying when he was talking to Phoebe. Right now, you think he's being disingenuous about something, but with everything that's going on, I mean, maybe he's telling the truth, maybe he's lying again. At least he seems to be buying whatever he's saying.
My eyes are gonna, like, gradually, like, go back to their normal color. And mentally, I'm going to say to Kane, something's up with this guy. I don't trust him.
I'm
And
gonna
then I'm just...
I'm gonna step forward and grab him by the throat.
Oh, shit.
So, you feel confident walking around without us, but yet you've asked us to come with you and protect us. You're small and weak and need to move forward, right? I'm gonna let go. So, we're moving forward, right?
Yes.
As a group this time?
Yes.
Well, now that that's sorted, where are we going from here? Because it seems like your knowledge of us getting closer means that you had more knowledge of this place than you let on at the beginning. Don't you?
And that's
Kane
where
is
we're gonna
right.
end.
Damn it!
This dude's fucking shitting bricks and sweating bullets, and we're gonna end it.
Oh my god, so many thoughts. So many motherfucking thoughts in my head right now. Oh my god, it took everything in my bones and blood not to contradict Phoebe. Everything
half a
in my
mind.
bones and blood not to contradict Phoebe in that moment. Oh,
Had a half a mind to pull that fucking vine from underneath his feet and just shove this motherfucker to the ground.
Phoebe's like, I believe you, and fucking Kelp's like, I fucking made this guy.
That was awesome. That was great.
Oh man, what a fucking session! Holy shit!
Yes.
What a fucking session!
This
holy
man's sus,
shit.
okay?
I mean, Kane hasn't liked him from the beginning. It's easy for him to hate him anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's perfect.